Hi, everyone. Welcome again to another edition of In the Weeds on LinkedIn Live with Jimmy Young. I'm Jimmy Young, the founder of Pro Cannabis Media, and this is the week for Harvest Cup. That's right. If you're out there growing your cannabis, you know this is the time of the season that you have that big chore of cutting down, drying them out, getting them ready to get out into the marketplace. Scott Brodsky is the business development director for the Harvest Cup. Hey, Scott, thank you so much for joining us today on LinkedIn Live with Jimmy Young.
Thank you very much for having me on, Jimmy. This is great.
How excited are you to finally have a Harvest Cup in person at the Worcester, Massachusetts DCU Center this weekend?
Oh man, we are ecstatic. After a hiatus from 2020, things are really starting to get going. We're going into our fifth year of the Cup.
Yeah.
So, fourth year of the show. So we had 3 great years where we were just continuing to build and grow. And then obviously the world stopped. So we can't wait to be back in the DCU Center. It's looking like it's going to be a packed house and, a lot of great entries to be on display for everybody to see and incredible vendors that'll be in the door. So we can't wait to be back there. That's for sure.
This is truly a local grow competition, right? I mean, how many entries, and maybe you don't know them, but I know there's a lot, but how many entries did you have in the competition this year? And I'm guessing every year you do it, you've had more and more entries.
Yeah, that's correct. Each year that we've done the event overall, we did grow. I think last year we didn't quite hit the entry number total for 2019, obviously with COVID, but we were just happy to have the event and we did have a good number of entries. But we do have, we're happy to say that this year, overall, we have set a new high water mark for overall number of entries that we received. And again, they'll all be on display from all 12 of our categories for all the attendees to come and check out. And then each day, Saturday and Sunday, we'll be announcing the winners. 6 categories will be announced each day. And it's going to be a really good time.
And the announcements come at the end of the afternoon or near the end. Am I right on that?
Correct. Yeah, it's towards the end of the day there on Saturday and Sunday. Generally around 4 o'clock, 4:20 hour is when the announcements. We have a great announcer in Mike Shu who will be doing all of our on-site voiceover announcing for the event. So anyone who's in the event that day will be able to listen and hear, and he'll be letting people know, hey, make your way to the center, and we'll be announcing the winners. So.
And there's a lot of pride. Every grower I've ever talked with has a ton of pride about the product, and it takes so much work. And, this is a live plant, and there is always that unique personality when it comes to the growers. Am I right? I mean, every grower seems to they're like hockey goalies, Scott, right? Am I right?
I mean, I think it's like any type of individual, right? That's just passionate about what they do and really trying to always improve upon their craft, and, these guys, they put such dedication to their time in the rooms with the plants, and it shows, and it does take a certain type of individual really to have that drive and that passion to really work it the way that these guys do, to put forth some of the incredible products that they make. It's just incredible. It's really going to be a tough competition, I'm sure, and it's going to be very, very close as far as who gets to be the winner.
Yeah, how do you judge? Who are the judges? What's the whole process? You might as well walk us through that.
Yeah, I mean, we have a process, and that's one thing we've really worked very hard on is we want to be the gold standard when it comes to judging in competitions. And we do try and make our process as transparent as possible. We're an open book. When you go on our website to submit to be a competitor, you get a packet of information which outlines, our categories, the definitions of those categories, what the requirements are for entry as far as, the product, how it should be entered as far as, what the criteria for judging is. And, all that information is out there to all the competitors. And so then, we have our judges, which we do have an application process for. And, based on the applications that come in, we select the best qualified judges that we can. And they get the privilege that year to judge the categories. We have 5 judges for every category. And, we just actually had a reception last week where the judges turned in their judging books where they scored all the entries. And so things are being tallied up, and, come Saturday and Sunday, we're going to see who the winners are.
Yeah. Is it on a Funkin' Wagnalls mayonnaise jar? Like the old days of Carson, they used to keep it, in a sealed jar and all that. You probably don't even remember Johnny Carson, Scott. Am I right? It's
Well,
okay.
I saw clips of reruns, Jimmy. So, but I know who he is.
As opposed to me, who used to stay up late at night and watch them, which is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Scott, you also have a whole bunch of speakers and people that are coming to this, not just to tell their stories about their grows, but about the whole experience that they've had with cannabis. Off the top of your head, I know that you have a best-selling author, Ed Rosenthal, is going to be one of the speakers. Do you want to walk through some of the other people that might be other attractions so people will know what to expect when they get there?
Yeah, I mean, we have a great lineup this year. We're very, very excited. Obviously, Ed Rosenthal, he will be our keynote speaker. He will be speaking on Sunday at noon. So if everyone, if you come on out and check him out. But then, we have incredible speakers like Dr. Marion McNabb, some really great advocates like Donna Hackett, and some people really sharing their stories. We have Michaela with MCR Labs, who will be talking about some science behind the plant.
Yep.
Really some incredible speakers. Vincent Bissetti, the inventor of the armoire, will come and he'll be talking about autoflowers. So some really great topics. We also have a great hash making demonstration on Saturday and a rosin pressing demonstration on Sunday. They'll be done by Excelsior Extracts. Some really incredible people there. And it's just going to be a great time.
Yeah. And of course, there are the after hours parties as well that happen in the Worcester area on Saturday night. And I know that officially the Harvest Cup, I think you sanction a few events. Am I right, Scott? Maybe I'm wrong.
So I think, it's always a question mark as to who's putting on these after events, right? If it's a big conference weekend, I think we know from NECAN and all sorts of other events.
Right.
But we as the Harvest Cup, we don't officially host any after parties. The first year, I think we did do one. And we learned from years of experience. And right now we're just focusing on our event and the competition and really just trying to keep those things as the best that we can and have a great weekend. But there are a lot of great other people who are putting together events for after the event, at different locations around Worcester. We think that's great because people, always need something to do. And so I'm certainly going to try and make my way around and visit some of those sites and get to some of those events as well on Saturday night.
Absolutely. And, it's funny, Worcester, now that the Cannabis Control Commission of Massachusetts has based itself in Worcester, I don't know, there's at least a half a dozen dispensaries around the city. Am I wrong? I mean, it seems to be becoming the capital of the cannabis central Massachusetts area.
Yeah, I mean, Worcester, I think, it's a really interesting city right now in Massachusetts. Certainly a lot of growth and development, Cannabis Control Commission, the Woo Sox now.
I was going to say Polar Park. I drove by it today, so I saw that there.
Yeah, I mean, beautiful, So I think like kind of like a hidden gem right now in Massachusetts, as far as a city that's really up and coming. And, we're very fortunate to have the relationship that we established with the DCU Center 5 years ago. And it's a great relationship. We love working with them, and we'll continue to do so and be in the city of Worcester, as long as it makes sense. So we're very happy to be there. Yeah, and there's a bunch of new stuff popping up for sure, all over the place.
And in the talk we had right before we went live here, I asked you that question: if you had to put a percentage total on the amount of grow-related vendors in the facility, it's better than 50-50, isn't it?
Oh, by far, yeah. I mean, I'm being conservative when I say it's north of 60. If I really want to say, go big, I'd say 75% at least have their hands on the plant in some way.
Yeah.
But,
and then I saw a lineup of vendors. It looks like every dispensary in Worcester for sure, and then plenty more from all over the state too. It's really going to be it's a true consumer show. Would you say that? Even though there's a lot of businesses showing up, the consumer tends to be celebrated at the Harvest Cup. Is that accurate?
Absolutely, Jimmy. I mean, we are all consumers of this incredible plant, and it really is. It's a consumer show. I mean, when people ask, what kind of show are you? Well, I say first, we're a cup. We're a cannabis cup. That's who we are. We're a competition. We're just fortunate enough to have the DCU Center as a venue where we can actually host it. And that just lends itself to some incredible things like the trade show and the expo that we are able to put on with the speakers, the presentations, and having all these incredible vendors and sponsors coming out to support us and really, be a part of the community and bring everybody together. So it really is. Yeah.
A truly a celebration of cannabis in the central part of Massachusetts at the DCU Center. And I think there are still some tickets available for both days. I happen to go online. I think we were pushing it out on our LinkedIn site as well. Scott, how do people find out about it and get tickets?
Yeah, absolutely. You can buy a 1-day ticket, a 2-day ticket, depending on what works for you. If you can only make it Saturday or Sunday, get one. If you're going to make it both, get two, get the 2-day pass. But all ticket sales are direct through Ticketmaster. You can go to our website and, where it says click tickets, it will just bring you to Ticketmaster's site. So feel free to just, if you're on Ticketmaster, search the Harvest Cup and it'll bring you right to our landing page there where you can purchase tickets.
Any surprises that you want to tease our audience with? I mean, you've kind of given us a good preview of what's going on, but you got anything up your sleeve that you haven't let the world know about yet that you might want to share at the last minute here?
I don't think so. I'm not holding any aces at this point. My cards are on the table. We want everyone to know what's going on and, be fully aware so they can come and, see what makes sense for them to come and check out. There's so many different things that there's enough to interest everybody for sure. So even if you've never touched cannabis before in your life and you're just curious, come check it out. This will definitely be a friendly environment to learn.
It all gets going at 10 a.m. out in Worcester at the DCU Center, and it goes until 5, both Saturday and Sunday, Scott?
So Saturday we run until 6, and then Sunday we shut down at 5. Yep.
There you go. All right. So that's the Harvest Cup in Worcester, Massachusetts. Make sure you know how to spell the city of Worcester, Worcester. Yes, indeed. I know how to spell Worcester after all these years. Scott Brodsky from the Harvest Cup. Great to see you on Zoom. I look forward to seeing you in person again. I think that's one of the most fun things about the rebirth of the cannabis trade show or cannabis show, and is that you're actually getting to see people again in 3D. And that has been a pleasant surprise over the last, it feels like it's been about 3 months worth of these events all crammed into about 2 weeks over this fall. It's been crazy, but
yeah, certainly.
Hopefully everybody will be there and on their best behavior and enjoy it. Best of luck, Scott Brodsky. So for Scott from the Harvest Cut, I'm Jimmy Young from Pro Cannabis Media and for In the Weeds LinkedIn Live. Until next week, we'll see you again, but I'll definitely be at the Harvest Cup on Saturday. See you then.